everyone. I am Brendan, and welcome to Our Life in Horror. I am one half of Our Life in Horror. Sam decided to take the night off. As our guests, Bo and Kayla from Critic After Dark, also are feeling under the weather. Unfortunate. Hopefully, they feel better soon. So you are stuck with me, but I do have a guest as well, and I will bring him right on in to talk about Trick or Treat. Hello, Rob.
Hey, bud. How you doing? Good to see you again.
It's good to see you as well.
Yeah,
Um,
as you can see, I'm ready for this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Before we get into talking about the movie, how about you plug your channel and what you guys got coming up?
Okay. Well, so we have our Army of Darkness episode, which is up now. That was a lot of fun. Next
I'm
week.
putting that on right after this.
What's that?
I'm going to be putting that on right after this.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, we got all dressed up for it as we do. And then we have Halloween 1978 next week. And you know what? I'll just throw it out there. I don't care. But we are doing, for our Halloween episode, we're doing the 50th anniversary of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun.
Nice.
But you guys, we do a horror film every week. It's me and my wife. Basically we're more of a, I don't know, what would you call it, man? Like a show format, I guess. It's just a half-hour show. We focus on a horror film every week, and we cosplay as the characters. It's a lot of fun. So if you would just subscribe to the Till Death Do Us Scream YouTube channel.
There you go. Everybody go like and subscribe. Ryan, our awesome mod, has your link. No, that's not the link. Sorry. He's usually got the links down, but not today. We threw him a curveball this morning because everything's changed. Today was just like constantly changing. So
my other half couldn't be here, but this is Tiffany in replacement of Melody.
So. I know. Are our wives twins? Because I think I also got her down there.
It's a possibility, man.
Sam's down there as well.
We like the same kind of women.
Yeah. But before we get into Trick or Treat, I'm just gonna say hello to the chat real quick. We got the best moderator around, Ryan Swayze. Hello. Don't forget to like and subscribe to both of our channels, absolutely, and share, of course. That does help with us getting views and what's not. We got Saucy Jack's Boneyard. Hello, howdy. New face here.
What's up? How you doing?
We got Solver JVN7. Is that one of yours?
No.
Okay. Hi. Sam usually keeps track of all the names. Sam usually keeps track of everybody's names.
Speaking of which, I wanted to say congratulations on your milestone. That's fantastic.
Oh, with the Instagram.
With the subscribers, yeah.
Yes, Sam puts in the work, man. I tell you. I'm just along for the ride, it feels like.
Nah, come on.
Let's see. We got Gory Tiger here. What is going on? Let's see. Hey guys. Thanks for being here, Rob from Sam.
Hello, Sam. How are you? I hope you're feeling better.
She's just pooped.
You know what? Here's the thing, man. That the wives aren't here. It's an interesting thing. Do you think this movie is a more male-centric horror film, like something we're more catered to as opposed to our wives? Or do you think that? Or
I could see it, but no. Me and Sam watched this movie for the first time last year, and she fucking loved it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no, and that's the thing. My wife did too. She only saw it when we did our tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. This is the movie that we talked about, and she absolutely loved it too. But you asked her to talk about it a second time. It's just kind of like,
Yeah. See, okay. Sam's been super tired, so she did watch the movie. So we've just had crazy busy late weekends, and last week it was all crazy late too. So it's we're fighting to catch up with sleep.
I hear you.
So she did sit through the movie. We watched it in 2 parts because she was tired last night, and then I was like, so did you still like the movie as much as you did the other time? She's like, I don't know. I was exhausted both times. trying to finish the movie. So like I thought it was okay, but like she's like, I was too exhausted. I need to be like in a fresh kind of mindset in order to get back into it.
I love this fucking movie.
Me too. I think it's
so you know, it's kind of fortuitous that you had guests to talk about this, and I contacted you. I was like, dude, we could talk about Trick or Treat together.
yeah, it just worked out. It was perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect storm, man.
Just gonna continue here with the chat here real quick. We got Hall and Oates. Hello, everybody. Let's see. We got Rob Humphrey. What's happening? Where's Sam? Is she too scared to talk about her namesake character? Yeah, true. Spelled differently, but yeah. Quick tidbit for Rob. I started listening to Ice Nine Kills. If you're still listening in here, dude, fucking love them. I've been listening to them. Like, I'm gonna listen to your interview with the lead singer in a bit, but I've been just fucking loving that band like crazy lately. Let's see, Slasher Radio's link is there from Ryan. Thank you so much. Honestly, I've seen Trick or Treat, but haven't seen Trick or Treat. Oh, you need to check this movie
Get on
out.
that, Solver.
Need to check it out. There is
put that in your Halloween diet, dude.
Yeah, it is a good Halloween. It's Halloween setting. You got to check it out. Definitely. Let's see here. Oh, this is Trick or Treat. This is Trick or Treat from 1986. I'm assuming Sam didn't want to talk about such an awesome movie. Rob, crazy. We got Davey Deathray. What is going on, man?
What's up, man? Davey.
Yeah, the guy with the crazy voice for radio and the looks for YouTube. I tell you. We got Gene. Hello, Gene.
And she says, "What's up, Davey?"
We got Davey's link here in the chat as well. Here we go, Sam. Rob, I did watch it. I liked the movie.
Nice. Okay.
Let's see.
I would say this is a supremely underrated horror film.
Oh, huge. It is getting lots of love though, since its latest upscaling release, you know, since Synopsis. I guess it's Red T-Shirt that put it out.
Yeah, really beautiful collection too.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm almost done here.
Is that the one that had a bunch of like Sammy Kerr posters in it and stuff? It had a ton of shit. Like,
yeah. I'm gonna write this down here real quick, but there we go. I am caught up with the chat, and I will get into the movie. A little bit of facts about the movie. Let's see here. Let's see what Google's telling me. Sam had it pulled up. Trick or Treat was released in 1986. It stars Mark Price as Eddie, Tony Fields as Sammy Kerr, Lisa, oh my God, Orbogolini as Leslie, and Doug Savient as Tim, Glenn Morgan as Roger, and of course we got cameos from Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons as the film. Let's see. I don't see who it's directed by.
The Ozzy cameo is literally 2 seconds. If you blink, you miss it. Like,
I know. I couldn't. Oh, Ozzy. Oh, I always see Ozzy, but I never see Gene Simmons. Is he the radio?
He's the DJ
radio guy. Oh, okay. I was like sitting there. I'm like, I can't even remember when I saw like Gene Simmons that young. You know what I mean? Like, because I grew up and he's been old ever since I've known him. So like seeing him so young,
dude. I'm old enough I'm old. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just gonna say I'm old enough to remember when Kiss took off the makeup for the first time and how mind blowing that was. So you know. See,
I thought he was the principal for the longest time in this, just because like you couldn't really see his face and stuff. But this movie is directed by Charles Martin Smith.
Yeah.
It doesn't
which is wild. You know, he's known for like American Graffiti. You know what I mean? Like everybody in this movie, you know, including Mark Price and Tony Fields, this is completely out of their wheelhouse. I think Mark Price was known for playing Skippy, which is Michael J. Fox's friend on Family Ties. Tony Fields was a solid gold dancer. He's like one of the greatest dancers, of the time period. But he never did anything horror related or anything, and he just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I'm just gonna see if I can find a box office here real quick, but I don't know if I will.
3.5 million. Oh, box office was a budget of 3.5 million to make. Box office came back with 6.8. So it did, come back with a investment.
It doubled. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. So that's all I got. So how about you hit us with some spoiler-free thoughts?
Okay. I wish there were more rock-related horror films. I know Deathgasm, the sequel's coming out soon. I'm excited about that. And like this one just worked for me so well is because like it's not like there is some like comedic stuff that happens in the film, but it is very like kind of straightforward and serious. And as like a kid who grew up as a metalhead, like all that shit's very, very honest. Like just the fact his name is Eddie Weinbauer is just like so perfect. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He calls himself Ragman. I'm sure, but like the fact his name is Eddie Weinbauer is just so perfect. It just seems like a guy who would get his ass kicked in school all the time, which is what happened to me. For especially when I was like in my younger years of school, because I was into Metallica and I was into Slayer and I was in that kind of stuff, and like believe it or not, it's not cool. So
I think that's like a hard thing for people to realize going back and watching these older movies is that like metal and stuff like that wasn't cool back in the day. You're an outsider if you liked all that stuff. No. Now it's like everybody kind of likes everything, right? Like there's so much consumption of music, like all different genres all the time. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I was a metalhead who liked, like comics and like shit like that. So yeah, I was I was in the area of life where like you're walking home quick from school. You know what I mean? Like especially in junior high, middle school and stuff. Of course that changed, as I got older, but like, yeah, it's not cool. None of this is cool. And, the fact that Eddie Weinbauer is, like kind of like, he's set apart from the rest of the school just makes so much sense because that's what it's really like. And, like the fact that he just simply wanted someone to talk to, and it turns out that he's talking to a record just to feel something, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's so indicative at the time because now, like you said, everything's cool. It doesn't matter. But back then it was lame as shit.
Awesome. No, I love that because I think it's very true. As for me, I love this movie. Like I said earlier, we watched it for the first time last year, and there was like no way to buy it. And I think they just announced their limited editions and everything like that coming out like right after we watched it, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna be getting a copy of that somehow.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll show it off. We got we picked it up at
that's sweet.
Blanking. A convention. We picked it up at a convention because they sold out online like instantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
know eBay's trying to gouge people for like over $100 here in America for that.
Oh yeah, like it's crazy. Like even like I paid $100 for it like at the convention, but like it was like for the convention for cash, $100, no taxes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll definitely take that. He only had 2 copies sitting there, and he's like, we only take like a couple to each convention. So like once they're gone, they're like gone. So I was like, okay. But they do have standard 4K editions and newly remastered Blu-ray editions of this film for a very good price. Actually, they're fairly reasonably priced.
Yeah.
All right, but let me hit up the chat here real quick, and then we'll get into the categories. Did Sam send you an updated list of our categories? No, we shortened it. We shortened it right up. We just kind of are doing like a generalized talk.
Just remind me.
Yep. Okay, we'll walk through it together. Sam loves the bully from Desperate Housewives.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did have his name over here. I was trying to think of who he was or what I knew him from, and I know him from Godzilla 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because used to watch that movie came out at a perfect time for me as a kid, so I've seen his face a lot in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Bronson. A better title for this movie would be Highway to Halloween.
Highway to Halloween. Okay.
I'm not-
I don't know if you follow Peacemaker, but there was a funny joke because James Gunn's into all that hair metal, and like there was a dimensional portal that Chris Smith, John Cena's character, went into that turned out to be like a Nazi world or something. But there was only two different types of music that they loved. I think it was the Beatles that actually had Mick Jagger in the band because it's a dimensional thing. It's totally different. And then Halloween was like Halloween was the band that everybody knew. Like that was like the Led Zeppelin or whatever, Black Sabbath of that dimension. And I thought that was kind of funny.
Okay, I haven't checked out season 2 yet. I've seen some clips here and there, but I haven't made it. Haven't actually went into the show.
But I guess the joke was that Halloween's a German band, so it makes sense that they would catch on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Bronson. Ozzy had a cameo appearance in Adam Sandler's movie Little Nicky. Ozzy's picture from that Trick or Treat DVD cover is in Little Nicky's room.
Oh, really?
Okay, I didn't know that. He also eats the bat in that one.
He sure does.
Or he eats one of the brothers, bites his head off.
Yes, yeah. The brother turns into a bat and he bites his head. Yeah.
Let's see. We got this at Shock Stock in London, Ontario. That's where we got the Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam. She remembers everything. All right. So describe this movie in 3 words.
Oh, let's see. I think for the time it was original. It's awesome, and it's a classic.
Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are good. I have 2 sets. So I got Sammy fucking Kerr as my one, and then I got No False Metal as my second.
Yes, yeah. So let's talk about that too, because like if people don't know, Fastway actually turned into Flogging Molly if you're into them, and you can kind of tell from from the vocals a little bit, but that's just still kind of wild, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like that's such a change from Fastway to Flogging Molly's like Irish punk.
Okay. I'm gonna write that down. Because like Fastway sounds just like like Motley Crue or something like that, like they do such a good job of sounding like the Rock at the time. And it's like a lot of the mainstream hair metal.
That's a misnomer that people think that they think this is a band that was actually made up for the movie. No, it's actually it was a real band that got picked up for the movie. I guess because it had rights issues or whatever, and it was only allowed to pick certain kind of music, and Fastway was the was the pick. I know that and I know there's a lot of people that I talked to throughout the years that thought that Fastway was Sammy Kerr's band, and there's like all kinds of confusion, but no, Fastway was actually a real band. Yeah.
Okay. I was actually gonna listen to their this album at work.
What they were trying to do, I think, was they were trying to, if this movie was a huge, massive success, then they were going to promote Fastway and push them, into the stratosphere in terms of, production and marketing and all that stuff. But it didn't turn out that way. So.
Oh, okay. And then they rebrand themselves.
Oh yeah, for sure. Big rebranding.
Let's see here. Jax Boneyard. I was in high school in the 80s as a horror fan, metalhead, and D&D player smack in the middle of the Bible Belt. I was pretty much Public Enemy number 1.
This is for you, Saucy.
Let's see. Bronson's 3 words. Spooky means spirited and original.
Ooh, mean spirited. Okay.
I can see it though. We'll talk about that soon.
Sure. Yeah.
Rock, Halloween, electric.
I guess if you're throwing a brick in somebody's backpack and throwing them to a pool, yeah, that's pretty mean spirited. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think there's dark elements to this story
Oh yeah,
for
definitely.
sure. So our next category is characters. So we'll talk about like
Mm,
every character or characters of note, and then it's gonna go performances, and then we're
okay.
gonna go into things that we like. So characters.
Okay.
Doesn't
I think Eddie Weinbauer is a great character. I think it's a great kind of like anti-hero in the regard of, like at first he's doing what he thinks is right when it comes to vengeance and stuff like that, but then, like he just finally like gets the heart to realize like, yeah, this is bad and I need to stop this. So I think his character definitely has more than one note. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I really like him as a character. Of course, Sammy Kerr, like that was just everybody I loved. Everybody I loved growing up in terms of music. He's just the perfect he's the perfect amalgamation of all those things. Like you said, like Motley Crue, like maybe during the Shout at the Devil days and um just his look, the way he moves on the stage, how live he is. It has all these different elements of like all the different types of rock stars back then, and I think that Tony Field's performance is just absolutely just perfection. I think. Um, what about you?
No, I totally agree. Um, yeah, I think Eddie is definitely struggling in high school, like
Mm-hmm.
huge. And like you said, like he wants his like some sort of justice for what's being done to him all these years. Like
Mm-hmm.
even his best friend isn't a metalhead either. Like he's a metalhead, but he doesn't dress as one.
And that's the other thing.
Like
Yeah, that's the other thing too. When you're a metalhead in school, like you're friends with the quote unquote nerds or whatever. Like that totally makes sense. Totally makes it's like real. That's so real. Just that
yeah,
that friendship.
yeah. But like he's the only one in his school dressed like that, and everybody else dressed up and is
Yeah.
dressed up in like '80s bright colored stuff. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like the pranks that are pulled on him are they're almost like Stephen King level of bully, pranks.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially the whatever they put in his backpack at the pool.
Mm-hmm.
The first is like not too bad. I guess like you're gonna be pretty embarrassed if you end up flashing the whole gym volleyball team, both teams, but it's definitely not as bad as attempted murder, essentially.
I think it's a problem with the movie. I think like especially the bully characters are kind of like one note for that era. You know what I mean? Like and the whole thing with Gene Simmons' character, like he's just basically the guy that like puts him in the path of this whole thing happening. By being just a cool guy, like, hey, I got a record for you, that nobody else has. Um, I think the other thing that's really interesting about Sammy is that, like, I don't know, man. Clearly he's got a huge bug up his ass when it comes to his school. You know what I
And
mean?
authority in general,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like yeah, like even like Eddie says that he's like all about bringing down the system and
Hmm.
everything like that. So like and like he looks so up to like Sammy Kerr that like when he starts talking to him, he's like down to do whatever it says. Like he worships him as a god. Even Gene Simmons says that he's not a god, and like
Hmm.
you can't believe that that's what he is because he's not. And he ended up
Hmm.
flying. He was like Icarus. He flew too close to the sun.
Yeah. And how about the other, his poor mom, Mrs. Weinbauer? That woman has never been in that fucking room in her life. What is this?
Dude, that kid's stereo setup system is like incredible. That's like 17 different fucking tower speakers like running through that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
My when I was growing up, my old man like gave me his old system, and that's pretty much what it was. It was just like huge fucking kicking speakers. You know what I mean? Like that's what you had back then. Like,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, his poor mom, like, what is this labyrinth? That is my son's room. Clearly, she's never been in there.
Yeah, no, especially when she like looks through and sees like just all like the posters of like Sammy Kerr is like all plastered all over that kid's room. Like
Mm-hmm.
in small photos, like he has like the big poster is like
Mm-hmm.
The Shining kind of thing, and then he's got like little ones of the same poster scattered around the room. If you look close enough, they're around.
Yeah. Was there a band that you were obsessed with like that?
Me, no, I never got to the level of putting up band posters. Eminem, like I had like every one of his CDs or whatever that ever came out.
Yeah.
3 Days Grace too. I followed them quite religiously.
Well, I didn't listen to him every day, but I just felt so like DNA ingrained when it came to somebody like Ozzy Osbourne, for example. That when he passed, like somebody like him passed, that really affected me. Because like never met the man in my life, but at the same time, it's like he's been a part of my life since I was a child. You know what I mean? Like, and my dad used to listen to that music, and he passed it on to me, and then of course like there was the Osbournes. My mom wasn't into any kind of that kind of music, but she loved the show. She used to watch the show all the time, like religiously. He's just such an interesting cat. He was able to just transcend all these different things. So yeah, like I hope that this movie does get the reevaluation that it deserves, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact of Ozzy's passing, even though it's literally like a 5-second clip of him.
Yeah.
But I do obsess about certain band members, especially when I was younger, for sure.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask if there was. I had a question for Sam too. I was going to ask if there was a celebrity that had passed that affected you. You just said Ozzy Osbourne. Is there anybody else?
Recently, Ozzy. Yeah. I think Ozzy, and then on the other spectrum, when David Bowie passed away, that really affected me too. So.
Oh, okay. For me, it was Stan Lee. Just because like I grew up in the 90s with like the Spider-Man cartoon and the X-Men and Spider-Man comics, so I was like so ingrained in it. And then 2002, I was fucking 9 years old when the first Spider-Man came out, and the first couple X-Men movies. So like I was genuinely upset when Stan Lee passed.
What do you think about hologram Stan Lee? That's fucking creepy, huh?
Yeah, you know what? Disney needs to fuck off with all their shit, because they've been doing that for a while now. Even like,
I heard they were going to take hologram Stan Lee, like take him on like a tour, like conventional tour or something, and somehow they got his DNA, so they're able to like continuously, like like sign his autograph on comics and stuff. That's so weird, dude.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. Not for one. Even bringing them back in like movies doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't have the same charm, as what it did earlier.
No. But then of course, on the actor side, like it's just people that I got the chance to, to know in my like almost 18 years in horror. Like Sid Haig when he passed away. Angus Scrimm, I knew, and I found out he died. Of course, the tall man. There was a lot of people like in the industry that passed away that really affected me too. But since we're talking about Trick or Treat, like there are some musicians, but yeah, the losing people in the horror community definitely affects me a lot more.
Yeah, definitely anymore. Yeah. Even Sam's bringing up Tony Todd was hard too. But I don't think I've ever cried over a famous death. She said also a bit with Heath Ledger here because he was childhood crush.
Yeah. Remember the first convention I ever went to? It was back in 2011, where I was actually like an act. You know what I mean? Like I was doing like media. I was there as media, and Tony Todd was the first person to come up to me and so nice, and he like put his arm around me and he goes, well, welcome to the Intergalactic Zoo, you know what I mean? And because that was the first time I was like on the other side of the curtain, you know what I mean? Like not just like looking in, but like actually hanging out with all the actors and stuff. It was so surreal, but Tony was such a nice guy. So cool.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna hit the comments here real quick, and then we'll move on to performances. Let's see, we got PD Way from UFO and Fast Eddie from Motorhead formed Fastway.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Can either of you picture Sammy Kerr singing a cover of "I Wanna Rock" by Twisted Sister? I can for sure.
I can see Sammy Kerr sing pretty much anything, honestly.
Yeah, definitely from the '80s, 100%. Jax Boneyard saw Fastaway and Saxon and Iron Maiden.
That's a great show.
Nice.
What year was that?
What year was that? Jack Boneyard. Let us know. Bronson, my idea for a Trick or Treat sequel will include Christopher Walken. I sent you guys to Christopher Walken versus Sammy Kerr clip that was made by Garrett from channel called Born to Be Rad.
So was this like Christopher Walken as Sammy Kerr? That's crazy.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. Let's see. I can imagine the song "Nothing But a Good Time" playing during a car sequence when Sammy prevents Eddie from getting to the high school dance safely. Yep. There we go. It was in 1983, my senior year. Yep, and I'm an old fart.
I'm 47, dude. It's okay.
Awesome. I mean, is it John Fields as Sammy Kerr is like the best performance of the movie? You want to get into that? Like, that's my personal pick.
Yeah, let's do that. Because like, unfortunately, he was a part of an industry just like like a lot of people where you had to hide your identity, and it's just really, really kind of tragic what he went through with his career and his life. And like, look, like I told you, that guy was. I remember when I was very, very young and that came on. I remember like there was a show called Solid Gold, which was just, I'm so like I'm like not really too much anymore because kind of softened up to a lot of music, but like I was so anti-disco growing up, so that is just the epitome of just disco, that's just it, man. That's just like the blood and heart of disco, pretty much, that Solid Gold show. And the fact that dude dancing around with like, like gold, lapels and, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy that guy was able to play Sammy Kerr as well as he was. It's unbelievable. It's such a mind-blowing performance when you just look into the idea that this guy has nothing to do with this world whatsoever. Not to do with rock, not to do with horror or any of that stuff. And he just pulled out such an iconic performance. It's wild.
Yeah, like I'm just looking at his credits here on IMDb. There's not too many credits. He died really young, did he not?
Yes, he did. Yeah. There was a whole thing. There was a whole thing with his sexuality and stuff. He had to keep it secret, and there was a bunch of, stuff with him that, but like, he was one of the greatest dancers like in the country, or even in like one in the world at that time. And I think there was actually schools that devoted, like there was dance schools that devoted him. Like put his name on the school and stuff like that. Like the dude was like a big deal in the dance.
Oh, wow. Okay. I know. Yeah. He died at 36 years old. That's insane. And like, he's only got like four credits on IMDb.
Yeah. It's sad, man. It really is. He's a hell of an actor. I mean, this proves it. I mean, he was just so damn good in this role.
Yeah. Like he was so energetic, and like that's exactly what I would expect, like from like watching like a Motley Crue or Twisted Sister or even like AC/DC. If he's not all over the stage, like I can't see it being very entertaining. And he definitely during the high school dance, he is all over that stage. He's using the whole space.
Yep. Using the whole space, and like there's a couple like janky things, I guess, like he didn't play guitar. So if you look real close, like, it doesn't look like he's actually playing. Fuck all that shit. I don't care. Yeah. Like you were saying, like just the way he was spinning and like, just he had command of that scene for sure.
I'm in the same way because you can tell he's not singing the song if you look really close, but like for them, it works. Like
I think so.
It never took me out. Like it wasn't. It's funny that you're talking about doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show next week because we did it not too long ago, and I watched it on Disney Plus, and like the words weren't lining up to
Mhm.
their mouths, and I was like, "Fuck, this sucks." But like, even
That's
watching
crazy.
this,
That's on Disney Plus. What a world we live in. That's wild.
I know. um, but yeah, like that never took me out. Sammy Kerr, like he's intimidating as well. Like when he's
Mhm.
like just shows up out of nowhere and is just like doing the glare or whatever. Like I love
Mhm.
it. Um,
There was a whole slew of movies that came out around this time. Like, this kind of reminds me of like I don't know. There's elements of Nightmare on Elm Street, clearly, right? And I more so Shocker than anything else. Do you
yes.
remember Shocker with Wes Craven? Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Nick Pileggi, I believe, was the actor. The guy
Yeah.
from X Files. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's I'm not like the soundtrack for sure because Shocker has like an incredible soundtrack.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One of the best.
The movie's not particularly great in my opinion, but I understand where you're coming at with these. Like they tried to capitalize on the fun supernatural slasher,
Yeah.
with the
Well, it's like Black Phone
one-liners and
2,
stuff.
right? Like, not to get into that, like modern stuff, because we're talking about this, but I mean, like, you're gonna sit there and tell me that's just not straight up Freddy Krueger? Get the fuck out of here! Come on, like.
Yep, that's pretty much what I said. At least it is like the best Freddy Krueger movie in like
In a
it's the only
while,
one we've
yeah.
it's the only one we've gotten for the last like almost 15 years.
And I'm fine with that. Just be honest about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, Joe Hill, come on. You clearly you got you got Freddy Krueger on the brain, dude. It's okay. Just be honest about it.
Yeah.
If the grabbers the new Freddy, I'm fine with it. It's cool. Whatever. But just be honest.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like other slashers that were coming out around the same time that had this kind of feel, but like, Child's Play, I guess, came out 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said Shocker.
Yeah. I think Shocker and this one are probably the most 80s. And the thing that really sucks about this movie is that like it never got the right end of the stick when it came to marketing. I don't know if you remember, but they'd actually have this, first of all, like you'd find it at Walmart, right? And there'd be like a DVD cover of like just like it's just a photoshopped face of Ozzy and Gene Simmons and says trick or treat on the top, and it's just like that doesn't tell you anything.
Yep. No, I do remember seeing the that I've seen that DVD release of it, and it's brutal.
It's really bad. If you could pull that up somehow, that'd be well. That one's the cool one. Now I'm just saying, like when they reproduced it, like because it kept getting reproduced and just like thrown on like just like clearance shelves. It was just literally a picture of Ozzy and a picture of Gene Simmons on the cover, and said "trick or treat." That's all. That's all you knew about the movie.
Yeah. No. Oh, here it is. I can pull it up here. Let me see if I can screen share here real quick.
It's rough.
Share screen. There it is.
If you haven't seen it, guys, it's rough. No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, that's not good. Like, yeah, okay, those two are rock legends, but it doesn't tell you anything about the movie. And, a lot of people aren't going to pay attention to that. Just, like, what is this, a concert movie? Like, what is this?
That's true. It does kind of look like just be like a one of those concert DVDs that you'd pick up.
Yeah.
You can kind of see a high school in the background, like just like in the center there, but
yeah,
not really.
And that's not even a good picture of either of them.
No. Yeah, I know these photos look like they were taken 10 years after the movie release, probably.
Oh yeah, that was definitely like Ozzy and his No More Tears era. That was like 90.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, just bad covers, man.
All right.
And you would think with this movie, like, considering like it is a metal, based movie, like it would have the most rocking covers you could possibly think of. I guess it does now, though. So. Yours is pretty awesome.
Well, they went back to the original like poster art, right? Like that's
that one you just showed is an original poster. I think the other artwork was that was that a Fright Rags deal?
The commissioned one? Yeah, I don't know who did this one.
Because I remember seeing that T-shirt in Fright Rags like a couple years ago.
Oh, okay, maybe they did do it.
Yeah, or whoever the artist, for that T-shirt. Yeah.
There's usually a signature, but there's no signature on it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I'm gonna hit up the chat here real quick. I already did that one. What are some of your guys' favorite Ozzy Osbournes to listen to for Halloween?
Oh. Right now, I have been listening to a lot of the older stuff, like Patient Number 9 and Ordinary Man, because I just wanted to get a different feel of Ozzy before his passing. You know what I mean? But of course, like Halloween staples would be like Bark at the Moon, No More Tears, because a lot of people don't know this, but No More Tears is about a serial killer. There's so many different good ones for Halloween for sure. But I've been paying attention to a lot of the older stuff recently, just because he was just in a different like mindset at that point, and you could tell he was trying to be more natural with the storytelling. Like, I'm telling you the truth. This is who I am. You know what I mean? Like you
Okay.
think you know who I am, but this is who I really am, and I love that.
Oh yeah, I typically don't like Ozzy, although I haven't listened to it too much of Ozzy. Maybe I should go and start listening to his discography.
There's years and years of it, dude.
Oh, I know. Favorite Ozzy Halloween songs: "Bark at the Moon," "Bloodbath in Paradise," "Crazy Train," "Flying High Again," "Ghost Behind My Eyes," "Hellraiser," "Mr. Crowley." That's a good one. "Suicide Solution," and "Waiting for Darkness."
Waiting for Darkness, yeah.
Nice. This is the 4K release.
Wine is fine, but whiskey's quick. You know what's really funny? Like, speaking of that, because like that Ozzy got in a lot of trouble at that time period. So the fact that he's actually playing a reverend, like, it's just such a like just to poke at the whole thing that was going on, because like he was blamed for somebody's sewer slide, and it was really bad, because like, the song wasn't, like, because that's the other thing about this movie too, because if you remember in the beginning, they had the whole thing where like they were at the like he was in Congress or whatever, and that was actually a real thing that happened. For people that don't know, I think it was Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. There's a bunch of rock musicians who got together and fought the PMRC, which was like it was basically just the fight against explicit lyrics, all the supposedly nasty stuff that was too raw, and that's where the parental advisory sticker came from. But yeah, if you get a chance, look on YouTube, because like Dee Snider gives a really blistering speech about all that. He's a really intelligent guy.
Okay, I will. Yeah, I knew that was based on something real. I just haven't gotten around to see it. Let's see.
That was Tipper Gore, that cunt.
Poster looks like two old guys going trick or treating. Amazing.
It's pretty bad, dude.
Yeah, that's funny. Ozzy had short hair in the movie.
Yeah, like I said, you can definitely tell on that cover. That was No More Tears era Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. Let's see. I think the skull and fire bring the spookiness of to the DVD cover. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So
where are we at next?
The next category is just likes. So like, what did you like about the film? I know we've already talked about quite a bit, but hit me with some more.
What did I like about the film? I mean, honestly, the main thing that I liked about the film was that it was, it wasn't trying to be tongue in cheek. It was trying to be a serious horror film. The only goofy thing that happens is, like the whole thing with the, with the bullies in the school. There's all that slipping and sliding and shit. All of it sudden becomes Revenge of the Nerds for some reason. And that dude flies out the window, by the way. That dude's dead. But but like when he's evading the bullies, that's the only like silly part of the movie. The rest of it's like kind of serious or whatever. And I do appreciate that tone. Like it's not trying to be, it's not trying to be campy at all, and I think it's pretty straightforward, and I think that's what I appreciate about it the most. Would I say it's like one of the scariest movies ever made? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I think just like a Sam Raimi film, or something like that. I think it's just it's just one of those movies that's just lean and it just keeps going and it's entertaining and and it just kind of ends. You know what I mean? Like it's just a damn good movie. It's just an entertaining popcorn ride for me, and I've always loved it for that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I actually like the running through the hallways and stuff like that. And
No,
what was the song that came on for that? It's Time to Get Tough.
time to get tough. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a great song to have for that.
And the stuff with the bullies, in the wood shop and stuff, that was cool, with the machines and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Well, let me ask you this question, because I don't know if you guys are fans of Stranger Things, but this is, I mean, clearly the Duffer Brothers have seen Trick or Treat, right?
I could definitely, see that. I mean, like Eddie looks exactly like Eddie.
Yeah.
The character's name is Eddie in Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. That was such like a huge pinnacle thing of last season.
I mean, that could just be a nod to Iron Maiden, but like it just, I don't know. True. They've seen this movie.
Yeah, most definitely. Sam's put in here that she likes the car scene kill. It wasn't actually a kill. She just went to the hospital with no ears after, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was a good scene. And you know what? The thing I love about this movie the most of it's bad special effects. Like they're not even bad, but like I love those special effects, man. Like when you see like the green ghost or whatever, they come through the headphones and start like messing around, and the electricity is. I've
been arguing this for many, 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 many years. So, what is your interpretation of this goblin thing? Because if I'm not mistaken, it was a tattoo on Sammi Curr, right? Like the same, image.
I don't know. Trying to check and see if he's got any tattoos on here.
Because either way, it makes no fucking sense that this goblin would show up.
It does look like there's a creature on him.
Yeah. I think that's what it was supposed to be indicative of like the tattoo on his chest or whatever. But like, man, it's just like one of those things that happens and it never returns. Like it's so weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but it's definitely fun to throw like a wrench, it's just kind of random, right?
It's very random.
It's metal to have something crazy cool in there like that.
Well, he has to have a mascot, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Demon form. Let's see. I pretty much like for the second half of this movie just wrote down like Sammi Curr's name for everything.
Like Nicholson in The Shining, just Sammi Curr.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's like the incredible high school dance sequence, which we talked about already. Like like the tributes to like Ozzy too, with like him biting the bat. If you look and while he's on TV when they're talking about when he died, you see him making out with a live snake and then like ripping its, like biting it in half and then like drinking its blood and stuff on stage. I was like, this is so over the top, man, but love it.
Well, what is your interpretation of the hotel fire? Like, I think that, like it's so, I mean, it really doesn't show all that much. I think that was the one thing that I kind of was hoping for, like that we really get to see what's going on. Because we just see like this quick image, like, and it's like, what the fuck is going on in that room? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think it's better left off unexplained. Like to be honest with you, the thing I wanted more of was more of Eddie and Leslie. I wanted more of that. I wanted more character development there because like by the end of the movie, it's like, we're gonna
they would be together.
We're gonna be a thing. Like there's hints of it, but they never show any kind of growth between the two characters.
Well, I think a lot of this I think a lot of this is a boilerplate 80s film. You know what I mean? You got the bully, guy gets the girl at the end, it's like so, like that's kind of what it was about, like how is Trick or Treats, like whole thing with the romantic aspect any different than say like Back to School? You know what I mean? Like it's all kind of the same.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, I guess there was a template for movies back in the day that everybody seemed to kind of follow.
Because it wouldn't make sense, to me in real life that Elizabeth Shue would fall in love with Daniel LaRusso, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It was just so typical of the 80s to do that. Just
Yeah.
kind of like, it is what it is. She's a girl, he's a guy.
Yeah.
He's
Who never
misunderstood.
Who never talked before in this whole and in the whole 4 years of high school, and now all of a sudden they're gonna start chit chatting.
Right, and the girl already told you, also told you that you're fucking weird, and maybe if you put, like I'm not trying to change you or anything, but if you changed yourself, then probably be more appealing to me and other people.
Yeah.
That's a horrible message.
Yeah. It would have been cooler if they did like a Grease thing where at the end of the movie she becomes a metalhead too.
Oh yeah, like Deathgasm, like the yeah
the Deathgasm, yeah. Same. Mm-hmm. Sam's got a scene here that she likes. The scene where he's on stage and it's silent and it's a shot of his butt and he starts banging his thigh and gets the audience clapping to the beat.
Yeah.
I agree. I do love that sequence.
He was so amazing. He's just such a presence. It's just, it's a shame, like you said, it's being, it's getting more eyes now, but back, in the 80s and 90s and stuff, when people were paying attention to 80s horror, like it was just not on people's radar. And I never got that because I've always loved this movie so much.
Yeah. Let's see. Rob's calling out Sam, saying she's such a perv.
Yeah.
And she is, Rob. I agree.
Come on, man. He had a good ass. What are you gonna
do?
Great ass.
There is a scene where Tim goes to confront Eddie at his house, and Eddie comes out and he's standing beside the two pumpkins, and the flames start getting higher and higher as he's like, kind of talking. Mm-hmm. Love that shot. I think that is so cool.
All the stuff with the record is really great too. Like all the conversations and stuff like that. That's so effective.
I agree. That's something I really like. And it was such a trope too, like in the 80s with records and record labels and stuff like that. Play your records backwards and, you might get to hear some like hidden messaging or whatever.
Done it.
Have it? Did you hear anything cool?
No.
No? Was who was saying it? It was
the only one I knew that was like really popular apparently was the Beatles, where John is dead or whatever, that was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. His friend there said that it was just a gimmick for you to scratch your records, so you have to go buy a new one.
Go buy another one.
Yeah. Is there some truth behind that, you think?
I don't know. It makes sense to me.
Yeah. Let's see here. We'll head up to chat here real quick. My favorite line from the film is, "Let the big fish hook themselves. You're the bait. The bait is you."
That's a good one.
Yeah. While they were filming, Tony didn't want Mark to buddy around with him on set. Mark would act scared of Tony during their scenes together. They became really good friends after filming Wrapped.
Yep.
It makes sense though. Like I think that's a.
Wasn't there recently? There was something. It was at the Mahoning Drive-In or something here in the States where Mark Price just did some trick or treat thing recently. I'm pretty sure. But that dude loves to talk about this movie, and that's what I respect about him so much. Because a lot of some actors are just kind of like, oh, I did that and whatever, and he really really respects this movie. So
yeah. Oh no, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think Eddie had Sammy's presence with him when he made up those pumpkins light up. on his front porch when Tim was about to go up and attack him on his porch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's following him around because like that's Eddie's got all the copies of this record, right? So like wherever it goes, he kind of goes with him.
Sorry, what was his buddy's name in the movie? Eddie's buddy.
It is Roger.
Roger, that's right. What a great friend. You know, like, he asks you to do something, and he's just like, "I'm gonna die, but okay."
Yeah, the dude breaks into Tim's car, like he's like sitting there with the clothes hanger trying to get in broad daylight.
Yep.
Yeah. No, he was a great friend.
Yeah,
doesn't listen. Can't follow all the rules to a T, but you know he's pretty close.
Mm-hmm. I just appreciate the fact that he was just like, all right, sure, dude. You know, I'm gonna die, but okay, I'll do it for you. You know, it's a good friend.
Yeah, that's another sequence I love from the movie too. Is when Roger's playing the tape and Sammy Kerr pulls the old lady out of the TV, and she just comes in and she's like just dust right out of the TV.
Large Marge,
yeah.
That's Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yep. Mm-hmm. He pulls her out of the TV and turns her to like this like little ashen like puppet or something. I don't know what happened there, but like
she like just like disintegrated. It almost looked like she was on fire. I love it. Do you got anything else you really like about the movie that you want to talk about?
No, I mean that was the other thing too, you know, like talking about that, you know, like pulling people out of the TV. If you guys don't remember, you know, Ozzy's talking about, you know, like how pornographic and awful, you know, rock music is. And Sammy just like strikes his hand across the TV. And like, I guess Ozzy's Reverend character could feel it. And he goes, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Like there's really no rules to the powers. You know what I mean? They're not following a book. It's just kind of like, you know, Sammy just do what Sammy do. You know what I mean? Like at any given moment, he has a goblin friend. He can, you know, mess with electricity.
Yep. Yeah, you can control anything that's within the grid.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you know, like what else is there to say about it? It's just, I don't know. Like I said, it's a supremely underrated movie. I'm glad it's like getting the revival that it's getting now. But yeah, like through the years, it's just really disheartening to me as a horror fan that this just wasn't in people's diet.
Yeah. I think it's going to have a huge comeback here. Hopefully. I think if it were to hit us,
I would love to see a remake of this.
Ooh, you think so?
Like if you got like a Manson type, like a Marilyn Manson type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something that's a little more on par with like, you know, like a modern type singer. I think that would work.
Okay, yeah. That's tough though, man. Do you really want to try to? I don't know. I don't know if I want this movie remade.
I think there's room for it. You know, like I wouldn't call this a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination. It's one of my personal favorites just because I love it, but I wouldn't sit there and say like, you know, it's one of the best horror movies ever made. And I think if it has that stamp that you're able to kind of play off of that and make something, you know, not better, you know, but you know, like at least take a shot at it, you know, like Night of the Demons is a great example. You know, the first one was fun and, you know, a lot of people love it and stuff, but I actually have a lot of fondness for the remake. I think it's actually pretty damn good.
Okay. You and Sam both.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that big on it personally. But that's the fun thing about remakes, right? Or just like horror in general.
Well, I mean, you know, if you get the right person to do the job, you know, that's the main thing, you know.
Yeah, of course. I definitely agree. Yeah, it could be fun with like a heavier metal, instead of like a hair metal kind of sound to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
like
definitely wouldn't work. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what'd be interesting? You know what'd be interesting? Like, you know, because she's like kind of considered like the dark pop, you know, pop version of a singer, like a Lady Gaga type. That'd be cool.
No, that'd be fucking wild.
Would it be wild?
I mean, look, that'd be entertaining.
I mean, look, when it comes to pop music, you know, like I don't know how you felt about Smile 2. I thought it was pretty amazing. So, you know.
Yeah, no, I did too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like that. Oh, that'd be interesting. I'd like to see that take though.
I
Maybe
think that's
not
the only
called.
way it would work, honestly. I mean, like, is hair metal even a thing now? Like, are you gonna get like
No.
a young blood type as Sammy Kerr? Fuck no. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I don't think hair metal has stood the test of time, unfortunately.
mm,
Um,
I mean, it just lives in the hearts of the people. It's not necessarily a thing that still sticks out as like the most popular type of music out there.
yeah, like you can't. It's not like it's the new wave or anything like that. That hasn't made it. I think that's like the only thing from the '80s that hasn't come back is the '80s hair metal music. Really, like it lives on through dads, but and like a lot of
But Youngblood's the new Ozzy. Didn't you know that?
young bloods.
Yeah, Youngblood, the singer, he's the new Ozzy. Didn't you know that he's gonna save metal?
No, I did not know that. I'm gonna look it up after.
I'm just being I'm being sarcastic, but like whatever. Like I think all music comes back eventually. I think I love going on YouTube and you just see like a bunch of young kids like rocking out to older stuff.
Hmm.
Like hearing it for the first time. I think reaction is like bringing it back. Like a lot of stuff is bringing it back. Any kind of music. Honestly, but I think everything has a purpose and will again, even when it if it dies out. I think like I don't know. Even at 47 years old, like I'm still a old salt metalhead. So for me, metal never dies anyway. But I think there'll be a resurgence for sure. It's just like what's old is new again, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Hit up the
And
chat here real quick.
long live Sammy Kerr.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit up the chat here real quick, and then we'll get on to the. We got two more categories, so real
Okay.
easy. What's going on? This movie is a wild '80s horror rock roll ride.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. There's a deleted scene where Eddie dreams about being a barbarian. Can you guys have a little bit? You guys talk about that a little bit if you haven't already. I didn't know that there was a sequence like that.
You've got the Criterion DVD, bro. Is it on there? Because I had never heard about this before.
So I this is yesterday was my first time watching this actually, and I didn't have any time to watch any of the special features. So Bronson, you tell us about your feelings about this.
Wasn't that a scene in Deathgasm? Was there something similar to that, or am I just tripping?
I think I think it might be Deathgasm. I think there is a scene like that because she turns into the Valkyrie, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not seeing any deleted scenes.
I never heard that, Bronson. Please enlighten me.
Yeah, I agree.
I would love to. I would love to know because I had no clue. It doesn't seem like that kind of thing would be in the budget, but
Yeah, I'd be surprised if any film was wasted in this movie. Forget hair metal. I'd be happy if we could get some decent rock bands. Fair.
Well, what do you like?
Yeah, old Rob. Oh, he's not much. Rob's the kind of guy like that. AV pop culture. Just jumping in to say this movie will be forever a horror version of Weird Science to me, and I love it.
That's a good a comparison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, Rob Humphreys. I've got an Ozzy shirt on. I got, Ozzy tattooed on my knuckles when he passed away. I got a fucking MTV Headbangers ball, like hat. I'm stuck in my ways, so I get you in terms of music. A lot of it sucks, but like I don't know, man. Like it's so interesting because, like, when you're young, you listen to certain type. You wouldn't listen to certain type. Oh shit.
Oh,
hang on. When you're young, can you hear me still?
oh yeah, you're good.
Okay. When you're young, you usually wouldn't listen to certain types of music, right? Like it's like against you or something like that. And like when you get older, like I don't know, I think you just kind of soften up a little bit, and there's a lot of things I normally wouldn't listen to as a young person that I listen to now. So I guess that's true. There's some truth to that.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know what the fuck is going on here, bro.
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna keep you distracted. Well, here, I'm gonna hit up the chat here real quick.
Yeah, hit up chat real quick.
Bronson has never seen the lost deleted scene. I think it was cut for pace, he says. And he has been a member for 8 months. Congratulations. I'm going to get you a super chat here. Or, super chat video. Let's see if I can find one. Sam's not on, so I can do whatever I want, which is sweet. You're getting money.
You killed Duncan. Let's just go to a hotel and just relax for the night, and maybe we could get into something.
There we go. And he's back.
Okay, cool. All right. Never seen it. I think it was cut for pace. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably just something they described and didn't film, right?
Yeah, probably. Because I did not see it on here.
Yeah.
But our next category is what we didn't like.
I think I'm on the same page with you. It seems like every time we get on the show together, we're on the same page with a lot of shit. I'm gonna say the character development.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and mine's pretty much just with Leslie and Eddie, and that's pretty much it. I don't have any other complaints about this movie.
Yeah, I would just say the character development. I'm on the same page with you. I wish there was some more meat on that bone in terms of like things we need to know. Things we need to know to make whatever work, like romance.
Well, the first time you see that like she has any interest in him is when he's laying butt naked on the pool, like on the gymnasium floor. Like that's the first time she's like, "Oh, I feel bad for this guy," but like maybe she saw something and was like, "Hey, I can get down with that."
I mean, I guess, but like, dude, you just said this guy is so fucking weird that maybe if you changed yourself, you would be more appealing to me and other people. And and that's like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, are we supposed to think that Ragman just, like doffed off his, flannels and started wearing fucking Izod t-shirts and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What's the message there? You can't be yourself?
Yeah.
It's such a weird message for a movie like this. It's so weird. Like her saying that to him really just makes no sense. That they would be in love with each other. I mean, like I could tell he's fawning all over, but like, like you're so fucking weird. And if you changed, I know you could be a better guy. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Let's see. Somebody made a good point here. One thing I didn't care for was Eddie showed up at the pool party in his metal outfit instead of showing up in a swimming trunks t-shirt. He did pack that stuff though. It's in his backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here's the problem I have with that. You're having a pool party at the high school pool, and you're telling people you can't get the what? You don't own this. It's so dumb.
Yeah. Sam's dislike is that I wish it threw up Halloween on the screen slightly more.
How do you mean?
She just like more of a Halloween aesthetic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess the the dance itself, right?
Yeah, there's some good costumes in there if you look.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Slasher Fred, what's going on?
What's your take on that? Because like, was the entire school possessed by Sammy Kerr? Because they all hated metal, right? Then all of a sudden they're all like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, did he possess all of them? You think?
I think there was definitely some liquor being thrown in the punch, so I think most of them didn't care. It was like music; it was probably new and exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Plus live performances too, and like you can just get sucked right into the performance.
I'm gonna say possessed.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah,
yeah.
I can see that too, though.
Yeah.
I would say possessed more so if like the crowd started doing like more outlandish shit
Yeah.
other than just rocking along. Like say they started like, you know, everybody's like grinding on each other and making out and, you know, like I don't know, eating
You're gonna
snakes.
love this music whether you like it or not. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I think some booze influence was what was going on there.
Oh, yeah. And some horny music, you know, so there's that.
Yeah. This movie is mostly centered around the satanic panic fear during the 80s.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Heavy metal, D&D, all that shit. Yep.
I'm just getting thrown all kinds of facts here. Mike, did you know that Eddie's buddy Roger played Glenn Morris went on to be in the Final Destination movie as well as the Black Christmas remake? I didn't know that.
Oof, which one?
I'm assuming 2005.
Okay.
I would hope. That's a good one. Ooh, thank you. The last section I have for us is quotes, and Sam kind of added in last minute last night. So I got some quotes. I don't got a lot, but I do got a couple.
This is all you, bro. I don't remember.
Okay. There's live fast, die young.
Yep. My friends and I used to say that all the time. Live fast, die young, leave a good looking corpse all the time when we were young. Yep.
Nice. Let's see. Did Headbanger bang his head? I thought it was kind of funny from Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no wimps, no false metal. I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
And then you should be loyal to your heroes. They can turn on you from Sammy Kerr. Was my last quote.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, that's it. I do think there were more quotes in this movie. It's just that I didn't get to them until I don't know. I think we were like a quarter of the way through the movie, and then Sam's like, "We should add quotes at the end of this," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
There's really not
So-
though. You know what I mean? Nothing that really sticks out in terms of like, you know, not like
Yeah, I
Welcome
guess-
to Prime Time, bitch, or anything like that. You know, just
Yeah, there's not a crazy amount of one-liners.
nothing that really sticks out that's memorable, I guess.
Oh, Sam really liked this with Roger. He's dead. Actually, I am not.
Yeah.
Sam-
That would be that's the perfect like poster quote right there.
Let's see a couple more things here. Final Destination Black Christmas remake. Someone break all of his pencils so he can't write anymore.
Damn. You're a salty one, Rob Humphrey.
Oh yes, he hasn't actually been that bad tonight. You're lucky. But yeah, that's all I got for Trick or Treat.
That's it for Trick or Treat.
So out of a rating out of 1 to 5, what would you give Trick or Treat?
I'm gonna give it a solid 8.
Out of 5?
Oh wait. Sorry. Out of 5. I'll give it a. Give it a 4.5.
4.5? Nice. I like that score. I'm gonna ditto that score. 4.5 for me as well. I do have a lot of fun with this movie, and I'm very excited to give it more rewatches in the future here. Bronson,
you got a good version, so
yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna get to those special features and hopefully that deleted scenes in there.
That's the other thing about this movie, dude. For a long time before they cleaned it up, it was such a janky looking movie.
Oh yeah, like when we streamed it illegally, and it looked brutal. But but the music and stuff, we still just had so much fun with it. So yeah, watching it in like a clear picture this time around was so nice.
It definitely needed a cleanup for sure.
Yeah. Bronson's just kind of
got lost in time, that movie.
Yeah, it did. Bronson's quote here: "Rock's chosen warrior is nothing but a fucking wimp poser." That's a good one too. I forgot about that one.
It's a good one.
Rob, I like this movie. That helps me stay calm. Damn, I don't like it. An 8 out of 5, but it's a 3.5 from Rob.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good score. And then Sam also gave it a 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So if you guys don't have this movie, I'm pretty sure it's still available on 4K and new Blu-ray with the new transfer and shit like that, with all the same special features as what I got. It just doesn't come with certain things, but definitely do check it out. It is a nice price, and I think it's on Amazon still. So do that. But Rob, thank you for coming on to discuss.
Dude, always my pleasure to come on with you,
Treat.
and I was so happy that we could do this, and I'm so glad I reached out to you, and it just like I said, man, it was just like the planets aligned.
Yeah, they did.
Really,
the rock really gods agreed.
Yeah, they sure did.
Why don't you tell everybody what you got going on in your channel, where they can find you?
Once again, if you subscribe to the Till Death Do Us Scream YouTube channel, my wife Mayhem Mel, that's what she calls herself. She and I do a horror movie every week where we cosplay with we cosplay as the characters. It's kind of like more like a show format, so usually runs like 25 minutes to a half an hour. We have our Armory of Darkness episode out now, which was a lot of fun. Halloween 1978, that'll drop next week, and then for Halloween we're going to be doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the 50th anniversary of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and we went all out for that shit. Just wait for that. Like costumes are damn near fucking identical. So
nice. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm excited. Real quick question: who did you cosplay as for Army of Darkness?
I was Ash.
Okay.
Awesome. And she was Deadite Sheila.
Oh, nice. All right, awesome.
Yeah, she did the makeup and everything. Yeah, it was fun.
Awesome, perfect.
I had the denim shirt. I ripped the one arm off, and I had the the whole belt thing around here, and yeah, it's good shit.
Nice. I'm excited to watch it. I'm going to watch that right after this.
Appreciate it.
Of course. I'm trying to think of what we got going on. I know that we are doing a Devil's Night party stream. I think we're going to try to get to Shelby Oaks this weekend.
Oh, I'm clenching my butt cheeks on that one, bro.
Oh, same.
Because I'll tell you, listen, let's end off with this, because I have a lot of respect for anybody who, does something, that they're known for, in the spectrum of, like whatever entertainment they're in, and wants to like transcend and become something more, right? I have a lot of respect for that. I have a lot of respect for Stuckman, literally like, getting what he got done, getting connected with Flanagan and getting the Neon deal and all that stuff. I really hope it works for him though. I'm really from what I'm hearing, I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I hear that he's got a good creative eye, but the story's just not there. And I just hope it works for him, man. It's just, I couldn't imagine putting a movie out. I can't imagine what he feels like right now. I bet that dude has ulcers and fucking everything right now. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, at this point, it's already been through, like, running through the independent circuits and stuff like that and everything. But I guess to see how it does, like, on a global blockbuster, like a box office, I guess would be pretty nerve-wracking, yeah. But, like, he's got, like, what, 4 million subscribers on YouTube? Like, people are going to go.
He's got a good army, yeah.
Yeah, people are going to go see
Plus all those backers, the Kickstarter backers and stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
I just hope it works. I just hope it works for him. Like, because I never shit on anybody who wants to make a horror film. It's great that you want to step into that arena. I'm always respectful of the fact that like it could not work, and like that could be very damaging in many ways, especially like when it comes to the ego and stuff. And I just really hope it works for him.
Yeah, no, I do too.
I got
am
a lot of
excited.
respect for the dude.
Yeah, I've been watching him for like probably damn near close to a decade now, right?
Mhm.
So like,
Every time we corresponded on, like in messages and stuff, he's always been so like kind to me, and he's good. He's a good dude. So I Shelby Oaks, man, go see it.
yeah,
Go support him.
same. But that, yeah, I can't. Sam's usually got the agenda lined out, so I don't know what else we got coming out.
He'll put it out at a later date.
Yeah, something will happen later. Just stay tuned. But thank you everyone so much for watching and chatting along with this amazing movie that we got to chat about. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and always remember to stay spooky.